And we live, family. I think we live. Yeah. Peace and Black Power, family. I want to welcome everybody to another NCRB GZ Productions. Today I got two of my infamous Facebook buddies up here, but we used to battle all the time. We was building, sharpening each other's sword, and putting in that work. But today we're going to talk about the lottery, family. I had a conversation with somebody today, and they was talking about the lottery in the state of North Carolina, and it prompted this discussion. So the name of the show tonight is Lottery, a gift or a curse. Let's talk about it. Again, the name of the show is Lottery, a gift or a curse. Let's talk about it, right? So I got a couple questions. You know what? First, before I ask the questions, I'm gonna give my panel the opportunity to introduce themselves to the family. We're gonna start with the person to my left.
Oh, Melvin Rankin.
All right, that's
Just
all
a
you
regular
want.
dude.
That's all you want. That's all you want to say, bro?
Just a regular dude, you know what I mean? Like you said, man, we used to give it to them Hebrews all the time, you know what I mean? Just making each other sharper, you know what I mean, and building. Other than that, just a regular dude.
All right, that's what it
Hi.
is.
Hi, I'm Julie from the UK. Yes, a friend of Stuart.
All right. Gotta love Julie because she always come through. No matter what, Julie always come through. Whether we fuss it or not, she always come through. You get what I'm saying? So gotta love her. So all right, now family, let me see. I'm about to throw some questions out there, and I'm so we can jump in right fast. Some of the questions that I have is do we as a nation have a gambling problem? Right? How much money is spent annually in the lottery? Who is to blame? You have to be in it to win it. Is the states cashing in on people addictions? What else could we be doing with that money? It's my money. I can do what I want to do with it. Like, these are just some of the questions. If y'all got any other questions y'all want to pose, I mean, y'all can post the questions, but I'm gonna read the questions again. Do we as a nation have a gambling problem? How much money is spent annually in the lottery? Who is to blame? You have to be in it to win it. I hear that a lot, man. You got to be in it to win it. You know, is the states cashing in on people addictions, or is the federal government, or is our local governments, are they cashing in on the citizens' addictions? What else could we be doing with that money? It's my money. I can do what I want to do. Who you to tell me where to spend my money? Are we caught up in an illusion where we feel like this money can change our lives? Is money the answer to changing our lives? That's the question we can ask. So, I just want to throw them questions out there about the lottery. Right there, I'm gonna give a couple stats before I let everybody hop in. I'm gonna share my screen because you know me, I like to pull stats up. So y'all bear with me. It ain't gonna take long. I'm gonna show y'all as of all right, here we go. This is let me zoom out a little bit. All right, this as of the let me go up. This is the sales of state lotteries in the United States from 2009 to 2016. It's in $billion. So the amount is in billions. All right. So as you can see, from 2009, it was 58.25 billion. And whereas that, as of 2016, we spent $80.55 billion in the lottery. This is just in United States of America. Also, what it shows is that the highest state of lottery sales was New York, with around 9.7 billion US dollars. And
Are they counting that the whole tri-state area, or is it just New York?
I really don't know. It says it just says it was New York. So I'm thinking it's the entire state. So let me stop screen sharing. So as you can see, we at 80.55. So basically $80.5 billion a year that's spent on the lottery.
Them stats show a lot more than that, fam.
I believe, say that again.
Those stats show a lot more than just money.
Yeah, a lot more.
So a lot more than just money.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let y'all I'm gonna give a little opening. I'm gonna say a little bit and then I'll let y'all jump in. So what I see is with the questions that hell yeah, we got a gambling problem. Bottom line. We got a gambling problem. And I like to focus on the Black community. And I know family members, or I know people that may spend $50 to $100 a day. See, I think them is just scratch off tickets. What about the numbers? What about the numbers? Because I know people that spend $50 to $100 a day playing numbers. I mean, you play a number for your phone number. You play a number for your birth date, your car title, your license date. I mean, anything you can think of. I know people that play numbers. So when you talk about somebody spending $50 to $100 a day in numbers, you do the math. How much money they spending a week, and you do it to a year. How much money is being spent? Now my thing is, originally, when we ran numbers as Black people, they made that illegal. They made it illegal for us to run numbers because they weren't able to tax it.
Right.
So now that they have made it legal wherein they can get their taxation out of it. So now that they can be taxed, it's okay. Now it's okay to run numbers. But when we used to run numbers back in the day, they made it illegal. So you have people I know on a daily basis that has to play numbers. And I ain't talking about the scratch offs. I'm talking about the numbers. And I ain't for sure if that article even accounts for the numbers that's being played. I'm not for sure it accounts for that. And when one of y'all speak, I'm gonna look into that. But so I just find it ironic that we're spending $80.5 billion annually on the lottery. And we got people that are homeless. We got people that are hungry and starving, but yet we can spend 80.5, we talking about billion, $80.5 billion annually in lottery. I just feel like, we got a lot of soul searching to do, and we need to analyze this situation to see if we can come up with some better solutions. One of y'all can jump in.
Yeah, it definitely. Well, it's not they're not gonna look at the homelessness situation and the hunger situation, the educational. They're not gonna look at anything like that because that's not a part of the agenda. The agenda is for them to get rid of as many of us as possible, or let us, more homeless. How many homeless people go missing? How many homeless Black people go missing? You know what I mean? Not just from being homeless, but from being harvested in organs. So if you start using that money to clean the streets up, to make these people productive people in society, you're losing more than just money. You know what I mean? You're losing organs. You're losing melanin. You know what I'm saying? And furthermore, when it comes to us as a people, yeah, we got a gambling problem, fam. Just like when you said when we was running numbers, I can't tell you how many numbers I have watched my moms run, my pops run, my cousins, aunts, and uncles, all of them. It's one of those things where people feel that money will change the situation. Money will make them happy. When in actuality, it'll give you more access to things, but it won't make you happy because you once you get it, how many rich people commit suicide? You know what I mean? They don't think about it in this way. But could we use it in our community? Yeah, if you or I hit the lottery and we actually did something productive in our community where we live with that money, yeah. But that's not how people think. What can we do? What's a solution? I don't know what a solution would be. A plausible solution that somebody is actually that we could actually accomplish. We can't even get people to support. I can't even get people to hardly buy a necklace, but they would go pay $50 to run to buy some scratch off tickets. You know what I'm saying? So investing is I don't know what a plausible solution would be at right off the top of my head.
Okay. All right. Julie, you want to hop in there? Now, Julie, let me show you some stats right fast for what. I found some stats for your area, so let me screen share right fast. I found some stats right on Great Britain. That was the closest I can get. Um, but with Great Britain, it says between 2009 and March 2010, national lottery sales amounted to approximately 5.58 billion British pounds. Between October 15 and September 2016, they reached a sum of approximately 7.39 billion British pounds. That's the closest I was able to get.
Okay. Like I said at the beginning of before the show went on air, I don't really know much about this topic. I don't mark the lotto myself, and I heard Mister talking about his mom. Watching his mom mark lotto when he was growing up. I'd never heard my parents really talk about it. It's not something we bothered about. I don't really have much friends that mark the lottery, so it's a hard subject for me to talk on. But I do know this: in Britain, the lottery is not just, the money doesn't go to just to the winners, and apply. If you have a charity to Lotto, it's called the Big Lotto Fund, and you can apply. They vet you, they assess you, and you might get some funding depending on what you're doing. Community work, what you're doing, Stuart, you would definitely get funding for that. You know what you're doing in the community of a Husky, is it? Yeah, you definitely get funding for that, 100%, because it's community work. So there's a lot of funding out there from the lottery for. It helps with like keeping parks and other national treasures. There's funding towards national treasures or parks, national parks, picture places, things like that. The funding from the lottery helps with all those things. So it's not just about winning 50 million. They do help. They do help in the community.
Well, Julie, we got to hurry up and get a chapter started over there ASAP.
I mean, $1 billion would pretty much end the homeless situation here in the United States, man. It would end poverty. $1 billion or 2 or 3 at the most. You know what I'm saying? And you're saying we're spending no less than 58 billion a year. You know what I mean? How much of that money, you know what I mean? When you start looking at how much money the government get, let's say you hit for 25 million, they're going to tax you just about half of that. Right? Yeah. And then you got to pay the taxes on that money for as long as you have it. You know what I mean? So you got to pay taxes on that money every year. And so, I mean, how much money is the government getting from lottery? You know what I mean? we showed them the way with numbers, running numbers. When running numbers was illegal, you know what I mean? You would go to jail for that. You know what I mean? So when you start looking at what these people are doing with the money, we're funding wars. You know what I'm saying? We're funding destabilizing populations. We're funding a lot of stuff with the lottery. And they will never stop the lottery. Scratch off tickets. How many people, like you said, man, I know cats, when the lottery get up high enough, cats at work start a pool. You know, everybody write their name down and how much they gonna put in this pot to go buy tickets. You know what I mean? And whoever wins, if somebody wins, they split the money evenly. You know what I mean? That's how deep it gets. Yeah. You know what I mean? For this money. You
Facts.
gotta be in it to win. You know what I
Facts.
mean? It's crazy.
And what they're doing in North Carolina is they got these casinos. And these casinos is you can play on a computer, like these computer games. You can play the lottery, right? And you put money in.
Gas
But
stations around here.
yeah, but what North Carolina is doing is once we master, because you know we're gonna master the game. If you got a game, we're gonna master how to win. Once we master it, they'll make the whole system so it's illegal to play that system, right? Then another programmer can come up with a new system, right? And then you can play the new system, but the old system has been kicked aside. But what the state of North Carolina is doing now is they are finding ways to make money off the systems that you play on a computer and turning them into scratch off tickets. And now they're turning them into lottery games. So you see the cycle of what they're doing. They're basically allowing the little small casinos to be the test runs, right? You ain't officially making these legal, but you're not making them illegal either. But you're allowing people, basically what they're doing is they're allowing you to get addicted. It's like they're feeding you the dope. They feed you the dope long enough till you get addicted. Once you get addicted to the dope, they take it off the market, right? They take it off the market, make it illegal for you to use this dope, but then they gonna repackage it and come sell it to you. You get what I'm saying? They gonna repackage it and come sell it to you under a different brand, but it's the same dope, right? So what they're doing to the citizens is they are basically what I say is they are getting rich off people. They're getting rich off people their addictions. Because gambling is an addiction. Gambling is just addictive as any type of narcotic drug because of the chemicals that it make when you're gambling inside of your body. I ain't a scientist, but I know that when you gambling, it forms certain type of chemicals within you, and you get this certain type of feeling. So it's very addictive. So what they're doing is they're allowing you to get yourself addicted to it, and they're making money off of it.
Yeah.
So what I see it is, it's a line of things that has always been going on. That the government allows something to come out, and see, we think it's just drugs. It's the alcohol. It's everything. You get addicted to it, and they know you're addicted to it, and guess what? Now we're gonna monopolize it. So now we're gonna get rich. We're gonna get rich off your addiction. And now it's so bad that when it comes to this lottery, I'm like, it's so bad that you can see people, man, like, yo, they can't go to the store with, and listen, they got this new game coming out. I found out where it's like I can't think of the name of it, but every 5 minutes they're gonna be drawing new numbers every 5 minutes. So you can play. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all talk, and I'm gonna come back to that because I'm gonna explain this shit. Because this shit is crazy what they got coming out soon. Y'all might already got it, Melvin. Y'all might already got it down there. But I'm gonna let y'all talk right fast, and I'm gonna pull it up.
Oh, down here in the A, they coming up with something new all the time, man. You go look, you'll find new scratch offs that, you know, give you multiple chances to win. You know, I don't really play that, man. I got better things to do with though. than sit around and play the lottery. You know what I mean? I ain't even think about that. But people do. When I go get gas, you know what I mean? There's people standing there buying $50 to $100 in scratch off tickets. You know what I mean? And playing, the Mega Millions. But when you talk about what they get rich off of, yeah, they get rich off tobacco. You know what I mean? They get rich off alcohol. Alcohol and tobacco has killed more people than weed could ever dream of killing. You know what I mean? But because weed can be used to heal people, they have to make that illegal. You know what I mean? And now that they want to put even with their production of the GMO weed, they're taking out the what makes you high, which in essence isn't making it as potent as it used to be. How it could be used to heal you. So they're gonna always get rich. They're gonna make it illegal, but they're gonna get rich when they have seizures. When they run into, let's say they run into some drug dealer spot or some spot with a lot of money in it, they take that money. What you think they do with that money? They pocket that money. You know what I mean? Or they'll use it to fund war, or they'll use it to, you know what I mean, for warfare. Anything. They're gonna always get rich, and they're always gonna use that money for their benefit, never for society. Only against society would they use that money. Julie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Feel free, jump in here.
No, okay, well, I got it, y'all. Hold on, I'm a screenshot. It's called Keno. Y'all probably already got Keno down there, but this it's just coming here, and this mess. I'm like, yo, this is like gambling on crack. Like, read this mess, man. Listen, it says coming October the 29th, 2017. If you're looking for fast-paced excitement, then Carolina Keno is the game for you. Carolina Keno gives you a chance to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. That's right, every 5 minutes. And start October 29th, Carolina Keno will be offered in many of your favorite convenience stores, right? So basically what this Keno game is, I'm going to stop screen sharing, y'all, is every 5 minutes, they're going to be, every 5 minutes, they're going to be pulling these numbers. Keno is like 80 numbers, right? So every 5 minutes, they're going to pull a certain numbers, right? You can win up to $100,000 if you pay up to 10 minutes on 10 numbers. So basically what it is, this is numbers on steroids, right? Because numbers usually come out, you get a day track and a night track, right?
Right.
Keno, every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, they're going to be putting these numbers out. And Keno is going to be like numbers where you circle in the numbers and shit. You get what I'm saying? And depending on the amount you play, 10 numbers. So every 5 minutes, it's going to be kicking out, letting people know, okay, well, this is the numbers that came. So now you done took it from people having the chance to win twice a day. Now every 5 minutes, you got people with the chance to win every 20 times an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, I said that wrong. It ain't 20. It ain't 20.
No, for in an hour.
Yeah, 60 minutes. Yeah, I said it
60
wrong.
minutes.
It was about
Oh,
50.
the hour.
Look,
That's a lot of chances, fam.
you know what I'm saying? In an
That's a lot of
hour,
chances.
basically in an hour, you got 12 chances to win. 12 times 5 is 60. Yeah. You got 12 chances to win in an hour in this game.
That's a lot
Now,
of time. That's a lot of chances, fam.
you get what I'm
And you got to
saying?
think how long people are gonna sit there and play. Some people gonna play till they win,
All
or
day
go broke,
long.
trying. One of the two. They gonna play till they win or go broke trying.
Yo, can you imagine? Like, man, like, and what the saddest part about it is, they always talk about call this number for gambling, whatever, if you're addicted to gambling. But as human beings, and when it comes to our nature, right? And our true essence of who we should be, it's being demolished in the name of money. And it's we all know what's happening, but it's getting to the point now wherein humanity is being replaced completely with the opportunity of winning a buck. With the opportunity.
Why do we gamble? You know,
Say that again?
we gamble because most of us are just average people with, you know, with in debt, you know, trying struggling to pay bills. So we gonna play if we get a chance to win some money, even if we decide, you know, you probably not gonna hit this number to get all of that money, but you feel that way because you can't really provide, or you can't really where you want to live, support your family the way you want to support your family. So you're gonna gamble. So a lot of people turn to gambling because it's easy. I might be able to go ahead and win on this scratch off ticket of $500,000, $100,000, whatever it is. You know what I mean? However much. That'll help me get through this week. You know what I mean? If I win $1,000, that's people's mindset. So that's why they play. Because as long as you keep people in a situation where people can't grow, or people can't get a job that would sustain them, not only sustain them, but help them advance to a level that they want to be or closer, you know what I mean? People are going to gamble. People are going to commit crimes. You know what I mean? That's mostly why we commit crimes and why we sell drugs. You know what I mean? I remember growing up, I wasn't always the dude you see here. In New York, I was a different guy, man. You know what I mean? VA, I was a different guy. I had a different mentality. You know what I'm saying? I needed that money. So I was prepared to do whatever it took to get it. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't living well, fam. When I bought myself my first pair of name brand sneakers, fam, I used to wear Skips. They was, you know what I mean? But I needed money. So I would do whatever it took to get that money. And that's the same mentality we have now. You know what I mean? We're going to turn to gambling. We're going to turn to selling drugs. And if none of that works, we're going to go to the other habits that make us feel good, like smoking weed, like getting drunk. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
I'm with you. And see, the key is this though. And see, everything you're saying is true, but the conditions
Yeah.
that put us in a situation to make us act this way is where I'm at, wherein it's like the humanity in it is gone. And
Humanity
now
been
it's
gone for
stuck.
thousands of years, fam.
Yeah. Now it's put us into this survival mode where your humanity is gone, but you have to survive. And to survive, right? And in the midst of surviving, you have to survive in how would I say? You have to survive in their world
Yeah.
without humanity being in it. So our how you say it, people's souls or their internal beings are being lost in the fight for survival, right? So we get put in situations wherein we're gonna have to find a way to survive in this arena that we're in, right? In this world that we're in, we gotta survive. But and while we surviving, we have to keep our humanity, or we're gonna explode, basically.
It's gonna
So
be tough to keep that humanity when you start looking at the inhumane things being done. You know what I'm saying? When they played us against one another to keep us at each other's throat with religion, with politics, whatever, all these different things, in our survival mode, humanity isn't needed in survival mode. You have to be inhumane to survive in the arena. You have to do whatever. And since that's where we are, now how do we get out of that, bro? I ask myself this question every day. You know what I mean? When you and I used to debate all the time, it wasn't doing nothing. We wasn't opening enough eyes to make a difference. You know, my wife says, "I if you get one person, that's good." No, that's not. It's not good enough when you look at what the situation is for our people. So I don't know what else we could do on that level. And looking at this arena that we in, what else can we do?
I got some
How do you
solutions
keep?
now. Trust me.
You got some solutions?
Listen, I got some solutions, but
Are
like,
they plausible? You know, I have some thoughts myself, but are they plausible? Can we get our people to do it? That's
no,
what
no,
that's
we
what I
ain't
mean
gonna
by
get. We listen. This is the thing. We may be too far gone. We said this before. Our generation may be lost. You get what I'm saying? Listen, our generation, we may be too far gone. But the only thing my hope is in is with the next
kids.
generation. So, and it may not be us collectively, it may be little pockets of us that raise our children or the next generation with a different mindset. Because for every warrior you got, you're gonna have a destructive force. You gotta understand that. So
Yeah.
with the generation of kids that's coming up now, for every one king, you might have 50 sissies. Just keep it a buck, man. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But what you're gonna have is that one king gonna be a straight up warrior. If it's and what we gonna and I hate to say it, and I'm gonna say some mess that I probably I'm gonna say it though. Fuck it. It done came to my mind. I don't care. We might have to go back to what people don't like. Julie might not like this, but we might have to go back to planned marriages and planned like keeping bloodlines pure. I'm sorry.
Polygamy
We
one of
we
my
might have
thoughts.
to
Polygamy was one
we
of my
might have
thoughts,
to
man. Polygamy was one of my solutions that I
yeah, that's
thought.
what I'm saying. Even with polygamy, we may have to go back to setting up relationships. We may have, we may have to go back to setting up relationships, meaning that our children may only be able to date somebody that's within our circle, kids. You get what I'm saying? As far as letting our children date somebody that's not within our circle of friends, children, it can't happen because we have to surround our children with a certain mindset, and that means that whoever they interact with need to have that same mindset. Because if they do not, if with what's going on now and the way things are being bombarded and the way it's continually changing, it's a losing battle. So
Look
we're
at
gonna
what they
have
promote. Look at what our kids face now. Our kids, they promote interracial relationships. All right, they make being gay cool. You know what I mean? You can call me a nigga. Somebody white can call me a nigga and keep their job. But if I call somebody a faggot, I'm gonna get fired. You know what I mean? When you look at how we're being programmed and how also with through drugs too, through drugs and the television being programmed, the children, that one warrior king that you say we may have, man, he's gonna have to be exceptional. But just to the average kid, it's gonna be really, really, really hard to change the mindset of this generation because kids don't even go outside and play anymore, fam. When I was a kid, I went outside. We played taps, we played stickball, we turned the fire hydrant, we did all types of things. But they don't even go outside anymore. They sit and they stay on this cell phone, which cell means in prison. The mind is in prison in this phone. You know what I'm saying? So, I, again, I agree with you, but it's gonna be hard. Now I don't know how that planned marriage is gonna go over because a lot of kids are rebellious. You tell a kid not to touch the heater because it's hot. The first thing he gonna do is go touch that damn heater. So you tell him he can't he can't date somebody outside the circle. The first thing they go do is go date somebody outside the circle. It's
that.
gonna be hard. You know what I mean? You would have to do what they did to us. You would have to program the child to think this way, and
Thank you.
then programming that child is
Well,
it's
check that.
taboo.
I'm gonna tell you this. The way I see it is, it's already happening. Believe it or not. So, like I also believe with everything that's going on, nature is playing its role too. So you may have man that is that's that's totally bent on destruction. You may have that, and it's playing itself out, right? Where these these people that are anti-nature is all about destroying nature,
White
right?
people. Go ahead and say white people.
Yeah, yeah, the Caucasians, yeah, the Caucasoid or the white people. They look, they hell bent on destroying anything that's made or that's natural, right? But you gotta understand, nature has a role to play in this as well. Now, no matter how we look at it or how you want to slice it up, some people call it God, some people call it all different things, right? But that force is greater than man-made force. So it's a matter,
Hey,
huh? It's a matter of us tapping into it or going backwards. I hate to say it, we have to go backwards, man. We're gonna have to go backwards, and it's happening. But Julie, I want you to get in here, Julie, because I know you want. I saw you took your phone off speaker, so that means you want to say something. Go on, hop in here.
Regarding white folk and all that, no comment. Interracial relationship, no comment.
Hold on.
However,
What you mean? Hold on, Julie. What you mean? No comment about interrelation.
but
What you talking about?
however, when it comes to like planned marriages and things like that, yes, I agree because I'm that way with my own children. I got 2 girls, and to be honest, I think there is a model in your country, but you guys are not tapping into it like the foreigners. I keep saying it, the foreigners in your country, the Africans in your country, look at them and study how they are. And everything you're saying, it's already there and they're doing it. But it seems like you guys are not, I don't know,
You
you're
see,
not looking at those
I'll
kind
say
of
this,
things.
Julie. At my job, I work at Delta. There's a young African brother. It was a couple years back. We was loading up the aircraft, and he looked at me. He said to me, he said, "Yo, you ain't nothing like they said." I said, "I'm nothing like who said?" He said, "Before my wife and I came here, they taught me. They told us not to interact with you. That you guys was no good. You was thugs, and you were bad influences, and you would drag us down." I said, "Well,
That's true.
I
They
met."
said that about me too.
You know what I mean? So you see them playing us against each other. When I say interracial relationships, I mean black people. We need to love each other. Look at us. We always at each other's throats. You know what I mean? And when somebody rich, somebody black rich marry somebody white, when they die, that money go to them. It don't stay in our community. You know what I mean? Our community is too broken right now. We need to fix our own community instead of going outside of our community. Black man and black woman. I'm not saying that black love don't exist. I'm just saying at all. I don't advocate that at all because we need each other. White people doing just fine. Asians doing just fine. Arabs doing just fine. All of them people are doing just fine. It's us that's not doing that well. You know what I mean? We need each other. So therefore, I would never tell my kids, you know, they love who they love or whatever, but they know how I feel about that. You know what I mean? If we're gonna sit and promote, go out, marry somebody from another culture or whatever, then we're not gonna. Our community can't remain strong. Our community
Yeah, but
can't heal
I'm
each other.
gonna say, you black men, I hate saying it because I love you all, but you need to fix up. Really, seriously, it's bad. It's you're in a poor state.
Julie,
Then
Julie, you talking about them England black men? You ain't talking about American black men.
I don't know what's going on in England. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on over there, but I know what's going on here.
You guys need to fix up. I don't know how Americans. I'm speaking to English black men. Anyone who are listening,
Well, what
fix
does
up.
fix up? What does that mean? What does fix up mean?
Um, you're not all. What's the English? The standard is very low. They just don't know how to. There's no such thing as responsibility, accountability when it comes to relationship, your children, and so stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know,
look, that's over there. Let me address something you said earlier, Julia. When you was talking about the Africans that's coming over here, they give the blueprint. See, the key is this: when they
yeah,
come over here, they have a set culture. They have a lineage that they can follow, and they have customs that is instilled in them so they can come together in a neighborhood and do things because of their customs. That in itself is going to bring them together. Like the Chinese.
Look at them, study them, and see how they do. And
But understand where I'm coming from with this. What I'm telling you is
yeah,
their customs and their culture in itself is going to bring them together. See,
yeah,
in America, and I keep telling people this, we African Americans, we are like the Nubians of Sudan, right? Or modern day Sudan. We are like the ancient Nubians. The ancient Nubians was never united. Most of their time in history, they were divided. That's why the Egyptians was able to go into Nubia and work with certain tribes to take over because they were never really united as one nation.
True.
That's how the African Americans are in America today. We
When
are
African
not
brothers at
united.
work, African brothers at work, you know what they do? When it's lunchtime, they all go to the table and they all open up different containers of food and they all eat from each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't do it. They'll invite me over, yo, come on, get something to eat. But you go look around at us Black Americans, bro. We just we eating. You know what I mean? We whatever we brought, that's what we brought. You know what I mean? But whatever they brought, they share. You know what I mean? Every
well,
day
you
I
be the
watch them
one
sit
to
there
share.
and they share because they're a
You be
little
the
group,
one
they're a
to share.
community to themselves. We're not. We don't have
Yeah,
no. We
but you
don't have
gotta
that
be the
culture
one
to
to
follow.
start it. You gotta be the one to start it.
Oh,
You
I
can't
do.
just look around and say nobody else is doing it, so I'm not. You be the one to start that.
Oh well, we
It's a simple
are. But see,
thing.
the key is this, Julie. We are, but you gotta understand, with us trying to unite, it's so many dividing factors that's within us uniting. Like, like one of the main things is religion. We so divided on our spiritual belief, it's hard. So listen, let's throw that out. Well, let's say then, okay, you find, let's say we all Hebrews now. I'm just throw it this way, right? Well, then even within, okay, now we agree on the same religion, right? But we still got factions that's dividing us beyond that. We got the light skin, black skin complex. We got the Napoleon complex going on within us. We got it's so much. We got the damn we started being bombarded by TV and hold on, how I want to say this, what their perception of success is. That's been bombarded by us. Our mothers and fathers been raised in a different time frame, right? So what their idea of success is and what our idea of success is may be different. So even when, let's say when we say, okay, we all gonna be one religion, it's so many still dividing factors, but the key thing is culture. See, when you have culture, that brings you together because you're gonna eat the same dish.
Yep.
Certain things in your culture is automatically gonna lock y'all together.
Yep.
And
I
that's
see it
what
all
we
the
are
time.
missing. So we have to find a way to either reunite with our past culture or either create the culture that we already have, use what we already have as our culture. But then even with that, we got to divide with that because you got some that say that we've been here all along. We didn't come on the slave ships. It's so many factions with us as Americans, African Americans, because we got Indian in us. So we
I
all
want to
part
touch
of
on
it.
that. Stu, I want to touch on that.
Go ahead.
All these labels we want to put on ourselves. Oh, I'm a Moor. Nah, I'm an Israelite. Nah, I'm an African. Nah, I'm a Native American. We want to be anything but who we are. You know what I'm saying? So that divide, man, it's a crazy. I hear people talk, at work. I'm one of those dudes people will come and get if they want to know something, or they'll talk to if they want to know something, or if somebody has a debate going over here and they want me to join in. I don't really partake too much in it no more because, like I said, it's pointless. But just to sit back and listen to what we are divided by, it's insane. It's insane. You know, religion, you know, that's the biggest one. You know, I get a lot of hatred because I wear my ankh every day. You know what I mean? You don't see me without it. You know what I mean? And we got that light skin, dark skin complex. We got good hair, bad hair complex. You know what I mean? We got that artificial people. You know what I mean? I'm bald, brother, but we got brothers now gluing hair to their scalps. You know what I mean? We got all type of issues. You know what I'm saying? These issues are keeping us. You laughing, but I'm dead ass, bro.
Yeah, you serious? I know. I feel you.
I'm dead ass. You laughing, but I'm dead ass, man. You know what I mean? We got just so many issues. Just to sit down and talk to a brother. You know what? I hopped on the phone just like we are right now with an Israelite brother, and we started talking. The conversation was something he couldn't handle, so he hung up the phone. You know what I'm saying? Because we divided just on thought process alone. We ain't even got to go religion, just on thought process alone. You know what I mean? We would rather stay at each other's throats. So, Julie, I'm open to suggestion, because my suggestion is only get with the like-minded people and leave everybody else over there, because I can't help everybody if everybody don't even want to listen. You know what I mean? If everybody's not willing to listen or even talk, then it ain't nothing I could do. The only thing I could do is get with like-minded individuals. If you got some
Wow.
insight that I'm missing, please feel free.
It sounds like, I don't know, but there seems to be a lot of pride and ego, and nobody's humbling themselves. Here, 99% of my friends are African. 99% from all over Zimbabwe, Uganda, Burundi. They're all different cultures, but we all come together on certain things and we work together, and they bring whatever it is, they'll bring one part of their culture and we'll all agree we're going to do this because that is the best for whatever the agenda is. And whatever there's another thing to deal with, else from another culture will say, well, this is how we do it, and we all agree. So I don't understand why you guys are fighting and you're all the same.
Because we got 450 years of enslavement, and when we was set free, we ain't get no rehabilitation, we ain't get no money, we ain't get no land. All we got was our asses kicked out in the cold. We suffer from Stockholm syndrome. You know what I mean? We suffer from a lot of mental and spiritual disorders. And when you start looking at there was a time when we were prominent people here. Everywhere that we had that we was thriving, they destroyed to keep us dependent. And
But
when our sisters got involved with that feminist movement in the 60s, that drove a really big wedge between the black man and the black woman, when she felt like she didn't need us. You know what I mean? She got involved with something that didn't have anything to do with her. And when she figured out that she did need us, we had grown too prideful and was like, nah, the hell with it. You know what I mean? We didn't want to go back to what we were. We became complacent, or yeah, complacent. We didn't really want to humble ourselves and go back to our women like we should have, and continue to be in the homes. Once we were removed from the homes, that was it. This is what you get, us. You know what I'm saying? We're always crucified on the media here. Now I don't know about England, but I know here, when I walk outside and see white people, a lot of them, if they smile out of guilt. If they speak, a lot of them will speak out of guilt. Some of them will speak genuinely, some of them cool, but a lot of it is artificial, and I see it. You know what I mean? And to be discriminated against here now, like I said, I don't know about England, but here it's a whole different ball game. And if you would have to have been here your whole life in order to see what Stuart and I are talking about when it comes to our people and when it comes to this system here, this institutionalized racism we face is really hard, sister.
Yeah, let me veg you back. Like with with America, right? See, this is what's going on that we don't do. We have been being studied for forever.
Yeah.
So whenever we make any type of progress, they go back to the drawing board and study us to see, okay, this is what happened and this is where they went. So what they do is, so like when he talked about the sisters joining the feminist movement in the 60s, where in the same time, they came out with housing for females only, and the males couldn't be in the house. They came out with projects in that same time frame. So you got to look at how this beast has been manipulating it behind the scenes, just terrorizing and setting everything up in motion, and we just falling like the dominoes back to back and not understanding that it's by design. Good example. Let's look at the Black Panther Party. Now, they came out with a DVD on Netflix about the Black Panther Party and how the COINTELPRO, we all know how they infiltrated the Black Panther Party, right? Okay, we know how they broke them down, right? Sabotaged them, right? Well, now 2017, they got this new, what is it called? Black Identity Extremists. Now they got the BIE now. In 2017, they done revamped it. Now you're a Black Identity Extremist. So what they do, they see, okay, well, it done changed from then. Now they just want to separate. Now they just want to build their own institutions. But no, you can't do that because you're a Black identity extremist if you want to build your own institutions. If you want your own community of your like-minded people, you can't do that in America. That is against the law. So what they are constantly doing is they are constantly studying us and having think tanks. Our problem is this. We ain't think tanking, and then it's set up so the people that can think tank to counter them, we so far apart. We so spread so far apart from each other, it's hard for us to reach out and touch each other unless we use their tools. And when we use their tools, they watch it. They own it. So everything, they own it. Look, they own it, right? So we call in a situation wherein they kind of it's kind of like putting a wedge to try to force their will on us, right? That's what it seems like, but let me tell y'all something, man. Just like opposites attract at certain times, and just like you got a negative and you got a positive, it's the same with what's going on, trust me. Because we are the project. We are the result of their project. And this is what they know, but we don't know. And we need to start realizing this. No matter what they put us through or try to do, we gonna survive. AIDS couldn't kill us. What was that new shit they had a couple years ago? It was just killing black people, and all of a sudden it disappeared in Africa. What that disease? It was just killing people.
Zika? What?
Yeah,
Zika?
not Zika. It was something before. It was something else.
Ebola?
Ebola. What happened to Ebola? It just up. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. What we gotta realize is this, man. We know this, but for some odd reason, we don't flex our muscle on this. The melanin that we have in our pineal gland, we are gods, man. Whether you're gonna accept it or not, I'm sorry. I'm sorry the way people accept this or not, but you gotta understand where I'm coming from. I'm not saying we the creator of the world. Understand me and listen to my words wise. We are made of nature. We are of nature. So guess what nature does? Nature adapts. No matter what surrounding that nature is in, it's gonna adapt and keep surviving. That's our gift. And I don't know how we got to this instead of lottery. But listen, that is our gift. Our gift is no matter what happens, we're gonna adapt. And then once we adapt, we're gonna try to find a way to wiggle our way out of it. Because it's in our spirit, it's within our DNA, it's a part of our essence. And no matter what we go through, no matter what experiment they put us through, after the end of that experiment, it may set us back. It may set us back for another 20 years. But while it's setting us back, they being demolished. Because if you pay attention to what's going on, nature has a lot to say with the population and the color of the population. Nature is starting to speak.
I agree.
Because now they're starting to say at a certain time period that a certain population may be gone. So that's why you have these so-called white nationalists really rising now. They rising because they see end in sight. Because anytime you can start dating, put a date to stuff, man, you better pay attention, buddy. Nature is speaking. So they can do all that, all this can continue happening and keep happening and it keep happening. But after a certain period of time, do you think the eclipse was just a joke? The eclipse wasn't no joke. Nature is speaking, and nature got the final say. And that's what we have on our side. And that's why when our body decay, what it say? We break down, we go into the dirt, and what do that same dirt do? It brings forth life. So listen, out of all this that's going on, yeah, we gonna get setbacks. We continually get setbacks, and we always move forward. And when we move forward, okay, they waiting for us to move forward because they got a way to set us back. But they know eventually the only way they gonna keep us from moving forward if we keep ourselves from moving forward. And that's the spell that we gotta break.
That's what they try to use.
Facts. That's the spell that we got to break. Our spell is breaking ourselves from stopping our forward momentum. So, Julie, you right in a sense when you said that the black men in the UK, though, when you said that they need to change their act, you right, and that's with us. That's with us in America as well. As we have to change our way of being divided. We have to stop allowing so many different things to divide us. We do. But first, see, the problem is we can't unite on one common thing. You get what I'm saying? We listen, as black men, if we didn't unite when this gay epidemic, when they were pushing homosexuality in our face and we didn't unite on that, because I really thought that was the point where everybody gonna say, "Oh hell no, we ain't taking this." But when we as black men did not unite on that, it took me back. Like, if that's not where we're gonna unite, I don't know what it's gonna take now. Because that's our manhood there, and we didn't unite on it. We just it's okay, it ain't me, and now it's in our back door. When we could have nipped this shit in the bud like they doing over there in Africa. Nipped it in the bud.
They don't play that shit in Ghana, man. They don't play that shit.
Yeah, we should have nipped it in the bud over here. But somehow, and you gotta understand, even with that, they got a hand in that too. So
look, they prepped us for it. You know, they prep us for these things. You know what I'm saying? They prep us. They feed it to us a little bit at a time, and then eventually there it is. Boom, full blown, right there in your face. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they do.
So y'all hop in here, man. Y'all got me. I'm about ready to go off now, but I got to realize I'm running for town council.
How's that going, man? How's that going?
Go ahead, Julie. It's going all right. It's going all right, man. We'll talk about it in a minute. Go ahead, Julie.
I keep hearing me. I don't know if I've got. We need to be active of mindset. If you're active of mindset and aware of your surroundings, no one can prep you for anything. Days of brainwashing are over. It's 2017. We need to be active of mindset.
Right. I don't mean people like you and I mean the average person. Like the average person, you know what I mean, is not gonna pick up a book and read it. I will, you will, Stuart will. You know what I mean? But I'm just talking about in the general population. I would in general how they prep you for it. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you never would see. I know when I was a kid, you never would see two men kiss on regular television. You know what I'm saying? On NBC. Now you turn it on and that's what they do. That's what I mean by prepping you. They prepped us. They prep people for that, a little at a time over the years until, they brought it completely forth like they do now. You know what I mean? Not they don't prep you and I or Stewart or anybody on that level, but they prep the average person for that. Because you go ask the average person, they're not going to give you this type of insight or they're not going to really see in depth of what's really going on. You know what I mean? But go ahead, please
Okay.
continue. You know what I'm saying?
And look, y'all, we got some fan mail. I'm gonna give you a shout out on somebody. This is what somebody put up here while we live. Hey nigger, I hope you get deported back to your country, Africa, for being a illegal immigrant, boy. Clean my car, get my car, clean my shoes, boy. Listen to master and don't talk back, nigga, boy. Nigga, listen to master because you always be forever slave, nigga, boy. You hear me, boy? BB. And somebody put, but Garfield, I fucking love Garfield. So we got some fan mail, right? So what I understand is I understand that COINTELPRO is serious or certain people are serious, right? So whoever put that on chat, thank you, buddy. You don't get no response because I got something for you if you really want response. But love you too. But it's interesting that somebody will come to a channel, right? Watch something, knowing that you don't like the people that's talking, but you will leave comments to incite certain things to make us lose focus. See, them tricks is old. See, listen, them tricks are old. We play chess around here. That's old tricks. I gave you a shout out, whoever you was, and keep watching. We got more shows for you. How about that? So, but it's just interesting how how divided people are. And to my Caucasian people, let me give y'all a little word of advice. Y'all been brainwashed too.
Yes, they have.
The same misinformation that we've been taught, y'all been taught it as well. So you might want to check some of the stuff that you think you know, because this educational system has messed us all up. And the one thing about the truth is, the truth always gonna come to the light, whether you like it or not. So
You have to dumb down the masses in order to hide it, man. They have to brainwash them too, the average person. Just like I was telling her, you know what I mean? You ask anybody white who the first president is, they gonna tell you George Washington because that's all they know. They don't know nothing else. You know what I mean? When you speak about that educational system, fam, yo, word up. That shit, that's what that is. That's prepping. That's more that prepping, Julie, that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? From a kid, they prepping you with this information. You know what I mean? A lot of white people really don't know. You know what I mean? They don't know who the founding fathers are. They don't know that. Like that dude, he just said an illegal immigrant, right? He just said we was illegal immigrants, right? As if white people originated here, as if white people didn't come here and take this land from the people that was here already, making them the actual illegal immigrants. You know what I'm saying? But they don't really know that. They don't even know the extent of what actually transpired here. Because when they teach you in school, they teach you the watered down version. You know what I mean? They don't teach you that these people was killing the buffalo so the Indians wouldn't have any crops. You know what I mean? They so wouldn't have any stock they hunt and eat. They don't tell you that they use germ warfare against the people. They don't tell you that in school. You know what I mean? They keep all of that suppressed. So yeah, you might want to go check some facts, man.
A
You
lot
might
of
want to go
facts,
really look and see what's going on.
because actually, some of the first Europeans that came here were brought here as indentured servants.
Yeah.
So
You know.
it's serious. So like some stuff I'm not even gonna pay attention to. But look, he's going ham. Oh look, he's going ham. But what I find funny is that whenever we want to big ourselves up because we've been put down for so long, we promote racism, right?
Yeah.
We show pride in who we are, or we be honest. If honesty hurts, it's racism. Or if it ain't coming from the ways they used to hearing it, it's racism. But it's a new age and it's a new day. And the truth is the truth. Google what I say, research this stuff, man. I didn't make it up. People, this is articles on some of this stuff that I'm talking about. Like in this, listen, I'm not pushing nothing, but I tell you this: if you research some articles, it says by a certain year that certain things will happen. It's up to you to research it. So I mean, it is what it is. You can call it facts, you can call it lies, you can call it what you want to call it, but it is what it is, and it's there for you to look up yourself. I ain't making it up. I ain't the one that's out here doing the research. I'm out here living my life. But what I tell you is this: nature has the last word, whether you like it or not. And the one thing has nature is the giver and nature is the takeaway of life. So long as Ra is shining, and long as I can be in Ra and be okay and not have to worry about certain things happening to me, I'm good. Because that tells you a lot. So only thing I want to say is, man, I'm glad y'all came up here. We can do this more often. You know what? Tuesdays, y'all. Usually we have our NCRBG shows on Thursdays, but we're gonna open this up so we can start having other shows more often. And with different topics. It really didn't matter. I don't know how we got where we got. We were talking about lottery. and but it is what it is, man. I just know that this lottery is taking money away from where it could be put, but at the same time, if let's say there wasn't no lottery, would we still put that money into something constructive or not? See, I mean, if it wasn't no lottery, just because it wasn't no lottery, will we take this $85 billion and put it somewhere constructive, or will we just find somewhere else to blow it?
I'm leaning more towards find somewhere else to blow it with the current mind state of people. You know what I'm saying? People have different obsessions for different things. I'm more inclined to think that they would find something else. You know, just based off what I see every day. You got a
Yeah,
lot of people who don't play the lottery who just blow money on crazy things. You know what I mean? I feel like it would still be wasted. That
I pref-
lottery money too that they getting is going towards regentrification too. You know what I mean? My man was telling me, I'm from Manhattan. He's telling me it's like spots in Manhattan. They used to be the hood, bro. They got white people jogging 2 o'clock in the morning down there because they done changed up those buildings. All of those abandoned buildings that were once dirt cheap that nobody bought. They using that money, that state money to regentrify and move us out and move in. So that lottery money does a whole lot, man. It does a whole lot for them. It only serves the one person who wins it, whatever color he or she may be.
yeah, maybe what we're gonna do is we're gonna realize that our strength is in numbers and our strength is in cooperative economics. I'm still pushing that, and I think that's where we're gonna go. That's where we headed. We're gonna head to cooperative economics. But I just want to say I'm glad that I got a fan. I'm glad we got a viewer that's watching. Keep watching. Maybe you don't even read the lead now. Maybe we can learn. I'm glad we got viewers, man. They say if you got haters, if you ain't got a hater, you ain't doing something right. That's where I feel about it. Julie, y'all want to say something? I'm winding down.
Yeah, I gotta run anyway. Yo, I'm usually off on Wednesdays and Thursdays, so you know what I mean. I'm more likely to be available for a talk or a show on them days than Tuesday. This is just the extra day off I had.
All right, that's what's up. Well, look, what we can do is, man, if y'all come up with topics, you get what I'm saying? I invited some of the other family. I guess they ain't come in. They had other stuff to do. I don't know. But if y'all come up with topics, anything y'all want to talk about, and Julie, for real, that people need to know how lottery is over there in England. Because it's not like that over here.
No, it's not.
It's nothing like that over here, wherein charities can get some of that money. This is nothing. This is a educational thing, purportedly, for education and roads. But over there, it's like that. Actually, that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, if you could go apply, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Um, to end the show, I would encourage all American blacks to travel. Get your passports and travel. You know, it's very important. It is. It opens your mind up to different mindsets, different ways of doing things. There's always something you can bring back from another country and use it
I
Okay,
agree.
thank you.
and within your.
All right,
Hey,
thank you.
Julie, Julie, it was nice to meet you. Hey, yo, Stu, I gotta run, fam.
All right, peace, man. All
All
right.
right.
Hold on. Oh, you can get off, but let me tell my little my homeboy who been up here watching. Look, I see you say you apologize, but let me tell you something. As far as divide of humanity, as long as we are being considered black and you're being considered white, we're already divided, fam. Now, whether it's okay when we divide it, when we on the bottom and y'all whipping, I guess that's okay. But when we start to get the strength to say, guess what, we don't want to get whipped no more. We're ready to do our own thing. We'll promote racism. We're not promoting racism, man. What we're promoting is just the truth. And it's just the truth from our eyes, not from your eyes. And that's the problem. The problem is y'all used to controlling the narrative, but not no more. We are telling y'all the truth from the way we see it. So it's our truth, whether you like it or not. With that saying, y'all, being said, man, y'all peace and black power, man.
Peace and love, fam.